Hey family, I hope that you all are having a good day today. Where I am is beautiful, it's sunny outside, and I plan on going out a little bit later to get me some vitamin D. I hope that you be able to go outside and get yourself some vitamin D as well. I came on here today because I have had the thought about the scarcity mindset, and I believe that this is something that's coming through me for you that will watch the video about the scarcity mindset. I can recall as far back as when I was a little girl, I remember going to the store and always giving the cashier the least amount of money. Say if something costs $10 and I had $20 bill and a $5 bill and maybe some singles and some change, I would get rid of the singles and the change and I would hold on to the $20. Because I did not want to break the money, because if I knew that if I broke the money, then I end up having to spend it. I had to get it would be going towards some other things that I needed. But if the longer that I kept the money, I felt in my mind that I had a large quantity of money in my hand. And I remember my dad would say to me, "Girl, you hold on to $1 and you make it holler." Now, that was funny back then, but then when you think about it, it really isn't funny, because I really was holding on to $1 to make it holler. And I had to really reflect upon why did I do that. And so when I was doing some reflecting a while back to figure out where did the poverty or the scarcity mindset come from that I had carried all the way into my early adult life. Where did this scarcity mindset come from? How did I get that? And I remember, and it may have come, far back, further than what I just said about the time I held the money, holding $1 to make it holler. It may have come back further than that, but the time that I remember is those incidents, those occasions. And so I was sitting and I was wondering, how can I get rid of that? How can I get rid of the scarcity mindset? The scarcity mindset is this mindset that says that you believe that you don't have enough, that there's never going to be enough. The scarcity mindset is a mindset that says, oh, there's so many products that's on the market, nobody's going to want what I have. The scarcity mindset comes if you know that you have a course or a book and you feel, oh, it's so many people doing the same thing, so nobody's going to want what I have to offer. Nobody's going to want to read my book. Who's going to want to hear my voice? That's the scarcity mindset. So you hold on to what you have in fear that you're not going to have enough, in fear that you're going to have more month than you do money. And so you hold on to what you have out of fear. And it's rooted really in a deep rooted set of fear. So again, I had to really trace back, like, where did that come from? And I don't remember it being implanted in my mind by someone, my caretakers. It is said that the sins of the father go back generation to generation and generation. So I really believe that there's something in my bloodline that I picked up, and I carried it when I came through this earth atmosphere. I carried it with me there, and I had to rewrite the program. How did I go about rewriting the program? One of the ways that I did do that, now I want to tell you, there's no cookie cutter method to this. There's no do this and then do that and then things are going to happen for you. You have to find what works for you. One of the things you must do, you need to connect with your purpose. I believe that when you connect with your purpose and you find out what it is that you are called and you feel passionate about doing here in the earth, I honestly believe that money will come to you. I believe money, the funds, the resources, the clients, whatever you need, it will come to you. But you got to find out what it is that you love doing. What would you do for free? Whatever that is, what would you do for free? If you had the opportunity, say, hey, I would do this for free and nobody has to pay me. 9 times out of 10, that's what you should be doing, and that's what you should be receiving a compensation from. I don't really believe that we're supposed to go to a 9-to-5 job. I really don't. I believe that we're supposed to work. Work connects you to your purpose, but going to a 9-to-5, you're really connecting to someone else's purpose and what they have desired to do. And so you're fulfilling their their job. You know, it is said that if you don't build your empire, someone will hire you to build theirs. And so most people that work a 9 to 5, they're building someone else's empire, and then they give you a check at the end of the pay period. I don't believe that that's what we were designed to do. I believe that every last one of us came here with a set of gifts, with a set of skill sets that's already embedded on the inside of us. And we have to tap over into those skill sets, into those gifts, and begin to pull out what you know that's there that you can do. And do that without getting paid. That's how you know that that is what you're supposed to be doing. When we go to school, they don't teach us to focus on our gifts. They don't teach us to focus on our imagination. When we go to school, you're not really going to school for them to teach you anything. They're only pulling out of you what's already in you, but they're not pulling out of you what you really should be doing here. They're teaching you a lesson, what the government has told them to teach us in order to keep us really, truly from focusing on our true purpose, our true reason for being here. And so, Going back to what I said, because I don't want to make the video too long. So how I began to break the scarcity mindset, I started doing what I was afraid to do. I was afraid to spend money. I was afraid to buy things that I wanted, because I thought that if I bought that item, then I'm going to not have enough money for the amount of month that is remaining, or I'm not going to have enough money to pay for something else. And I would really look at my money and penny pinch off my money and say, well, I can get this, but I'm not going to get that, or I'll wait until I get more money to get this. No, I started spending my money on the things that I want. Of course, I put something back in savings, because it's wise to save up. It's not wise to spend everything, but that mindset to where I'm not going to spend because I don't have enough, that's the mindset that I began to break off of me when I started purchasing the things that I wanted. I believe that we're supposed to live in the best neighborhoods. We're supposed to drive the best. We're supposed to smell the best. We're supposed to dress the best. We're supposed to have the best of everything, because we were born in abundance. We were not born to have a mindset of scarcity. We were not born to have a mindset of poverty. Those things were programmed into us, whether it was your guardians, your parents, your grandparents, or your great-grandparents. It was a program that has to be broken, and it has to be broken off your bloodline. Why not you? And why not now?